Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
It wouldn't be the Hy-Vee Today show if we didn't start with one of Steve's wonderful pieces of art. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Monday, January 20th. I can't believe it's the 20th of January already. There's so many things going on this week and into this weekend. I feel like I'm not ready. I feel like I need another week. Like, there's just a lot to unpack. Today is National Cheese Day, and is this a cheese head? I feel like you're poking fun. Are you poking fun at the Packers, Steve? You don't seem like you take shots on the Packers. My wife's a Packers fan. I'm a Bears fan. I don't want to be the guy that says like they're happy that the Packers lost, because that could we could lose some viewers. Plus, I like, Wisconsin. It's a good state. Go to Prairie du Chien to see my wife's grandma. But it is National Cheese Day, and we'll show you some cheese later and talk more about that. I do want to mention I was sick. I just tore my paper. I want to mention that I was sick on Friday. So that's fun. I guess, it took me almost a month and a half of everybody in my house. My baby had like RSV and influenza B and QVC and EFG and HIJK and all, the whole gamut of sickness. And then it finally hit me. Fine, good to go, and what a great day to be sick when it actually snowed, right? So we had that snowstorm. I shoveled 3 times on Friday, and I fell in my driveway 1 time. I don't know if it was captured by my Ring doorbell. I don't think it was. I don't really want to look, because it was not a graceful fall when you're a big person. And maybe it doesn't even matter what size of a person you are, but I biffed it. So, Chad, I sent you a picture this morning that I think is very fitting for what I was doing, and maybe you had a similar experience. This is if Joker was filmed in Iowa. Whoever made this, good for you. This made me laugh super hard this morning in between my baby waking up, I think, 3 times over the course of the night. So not a lot of sleep, and then that was me just doing the boot scoot boogie on the driveway. So the snow showed up. The other day we were sitting here in the Market Grill Express, and I was lamenting on the fact that the parking lot was clear and we didn't have mounds of snow, and now the parking, you know what I mean? Like, we have those giant mounds of snow and ice out there, and it's like everything that, the only thing that I like about this time of year is I am that person that if you have one of those like hunks of snow behind your tire, I will kick it off for you. I am that. I have kicked those hunks, like a wheel well snow booger, whatever you want to call it. I have kicked those off of strangers' cars. I'm just going to tell you, not damage any vehicles, but if I see it, it's like I have to do it. It drives me crazy. You have some cars where you're like, how is the wheel even moving? You have snow. It's just encrusted on you. We were talking about it in the office this morning. It's like my thing, that's something that I do, and maybe I need to talk to somebody about it, but I just can't wait. Like, I'm excited to leave today and see a coworker's car and just go over and tap-a-roo and kick the snow off of it. I just want to mention 2 things really quick, and then we're going to get to our guest that's patiently waiting. We have a Make My Monday deal going on here in the, what is this? Oh, okay. This is for my backside. Steve's suggesting I could put a MyPillow. Good, a sponsor opportunity. You're always thinking, Steve. So just like my Halloween costume, I could put my MyPillow on my fanny, and then the next time I fall, it wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I just should wear like a boy in a bubble suit or something. Boy, 2 drawings out of the gate. So come to the store today. Stock up on meat, seafood, deli. With every $25 you spend, we'll put 15 cents on your fuel saver. That's an awesome deal if you're meal prepping, dieting, whatever, or if you just want like steak and shrimp and everything. Maybe you just want to stock up on cheese because it's National Cheese Lovers Day. Good opportunity to save on your fuel saver, so come in and do that. Last thing, real quick, bingo tonight, 7 o'clock here in the Market Grill Express, free to play. We had a rock and roll bingo this past Saturday, and I got to be honest with you, I thought maybe we would have like 50 people given the weather, but we had, my dad's calling me, hang on, we had 100 people. Probably had like 105 people in here on Saturday, 90 of which played rock and roll bingo. So thank you if you came out for that. Tonight's a regular bingo, 7 o'clock in the Market Grill Express. We'd love to see you. And do you have to make a reservation? I wouldn't mind if you made a reservation. but you could just show up. All right. Exciting to welcome our guest back on the show. I think this is Coral's second time. Third?
I think.
I think you're right. So Coral Danette is back with 7G, brand activation manager. They get the title right. It's so good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good to see you again.
And the big news for 7G, and it just came to this store, Hy-Vee last week, this Bud Light seltzer.
Yes.
Holy moly. So let's talk about this. It's definitely a part of the wine and spirits business that is booming.
Yes.
And Bud Light has entered the game, and I've tried 2 of them, and it's very good.
Yeah, so a lot of people, when these were announced, were like, why now? Why January? Why are we launching a seltzer now? And, you know, we didn't really get that communication, but then I, in my marketing mind, go, it's January when everyone wants to lose weight, get back in the gym, eat healthy, and spring break comes up in, 2 months?
Absolutely.
And I'm like, these only have 100 calories, 2 grams of carbs, less than 1 gram of sugar, gluten-free, 5% alcohol.
And they're tasty. So I told
And
Coral,
they're tasty.
That's the thing. Like, you know, it's one thing, because there's a lot of these seltzer products out there. It's almost overwhelming when you see how much it's grown. So for Bud Light to enter, and I think it makes total sense. I'm someone that between today and I started my diet again on December 29th. I've lost like almost 25 pounds.
Congrats.
And that's something, thank you, that's something that's right up my alley, because you're right. I mean, as much as I love my craft beer and all of that, you know, if you are trying to make dietary adjustments, that's got to be a consideration.
And even if you're not, they still taste good.
That's the thing. It's diet or not, it is very tasty. So when, I mean, it must have been in the making for a while, because you can't just, that's the thing, like, people that would say, why would they wait? Well, you wouldn't want to rush a product that isn't ready. So, I mean, did you guys know this was coming, like,
we knew
months
this was
ago?
coming maybe 4 months before it launched.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. I can't quite remember right now. But these officially launched January 13th, and they hit the stores January 14th. So, yeah, it's been a full week already.
And you can see on the 7G Distributing Facebook page,
it's
all about the Bud Light Seltzer. Great ads last night during the football games.
Oh,
I saw those. Super funny, like that. I don't know, it was like the Seltzer like hotline, or there's a Seltzer City, and there's this dude, like, I kept
Seltzer,
seeing
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that was like Bud always has very creative ads, certainly with the Super Bowl coming up, and I can say that because Bud Light is NFL sponsor, right? Sometimes you can't say Super Bowl, but when Bud Light spends as much as they probably do, we can say Super Bowl. And I imagine Bud Light Seltzer will have an awesome Super Bowl ad.
Will have a Super Bowl ad.
Okay.
I have not watched it yet.
Sure.
But so they will have a Super Bowl ad. And actually, we've done a ton of Bud Light Seltzer samplings already in the past 7 days.
Yeah.
And I've had exponentially more people come in and say, oh my gosh, I've seen commercials for this. I've seen things about this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. I've been waiting to try these. I'm like, that just makes me happy.
Well, and we had, it was Chad that did it, right? Was Chad here doing it the other day?
I think so.
And it's one thing to sample something like this, but like, you guys just do things so much better. Like, even this, like the sample table looked good. It was dressed up. I have a picture. Maybe I'll send. But just talk about that, because the other thing that I thought was a nice consideration, as people are sampling, asking questions. What do you like? Taking notes. Like, it's more than just like, hey, try this and buy it if you want. There's definitely some. Like, you want to know what people's honest feedback is, right?
Yeah, I mean, Bud Light Seltzer is probably the biggest launch for Anheuser-Busch this year. But especially as far as like Budweiser, Bud Light goes, it's one of the bigger launches. So we really, really wanted to have a strong kickoff, and we're trying to revamp our samplings this year and make it a little bit more personable, really understand who likes it, why they do, and just get a better understanding of our market.
Yeah, well, and it just makes sense to let people try something, and it's the old adage, right? You try it, and I watched people last week here in the store try it, and like, oh my gosh, tried another one, and then they're buying it.
They were loving it.
Yeah, and the setup again, right? So look at the setup near the health market.
He looks so good.
Near the health market. What a great idea! I was like, this is genius. Because you're talking about something that's low carb, low calorie, low
Oh,
sugar.
that looks really good.
Right near the health marker. But that makes an impact because, as I mentioned, and even just like the buckets, like it's all part of that experience. And in this market, you have to have that good packaging. Like I commented on that first, but it's true, right? You have to stand off on the shelf.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't want to talk about Bud Light Seltzer the whole time because I don't even know what Solo is, but this is super cool. I'm also a Goose Island fan. So is this a brand new product as well?
Yes,
Okay.
these launched maybe the last week of December.
Okay.
They launched a little bit earlier than we were expecting. So these are the newest things from Goose Island.
Cool.
They are an IPA,
Huh.
98 calories,
How?
and it's only 3% alcohol.
I don't understand how
Yeah.
any of that is possible besides Goose
I
Island.
really don't know.
Like scientists there with the beer. So it's an IPA that's 98 calories.
Yeah.
3%. Again, looks super cool. So have you had it?
Yes.
And
They're pretty good.
that's super cool.
I'm not the biggest IPA fan.
Sure.
I'm kind of dipping my toes into it. I do enjoy a nice, juicy, hazy IPA. I love the Big Grove Easy Eddie.
Sure.
So these have a very strong hop flavor. So if you're not an IPA person, I honestly wouldn't recommend it to you.
Sure.
But if you do like IPAs and you're looking for a better for you type thing, these are for you. And being all of 5'2", I have 2 IPAs, a regular 6-7% IPA,
Sure.
and I'm done.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
thing.
good for the night.
And that's true. Most IPAs are, to your point, right? I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen an IPA that's 3%.
No. So
That's
I was
wild.
excited about this because I'm like,
Yeah.
I want the flavor of an IPA.
Absolutely.
And not get drunk off of 2.
Right. And there's like the science of it right there. So it's a low calorie IPA, 3% like we were saying,
Yep.
IBU 23. There's the color, the hops that are used, the malts that are used. But 98 calories is.
Yeah.
So the Solo has 2 fewer calories than a Bud Light Seltzer.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And it's an IPA.
Isn't that
Stupid
crazy?
job. I wish I could just crack one open and try it, and I will, but not on the clock, of course. But that's just. But again, it makes total sense, Coral, because we're talking January 20th. People are still sticking to that resolution, and yes, I mean, if you're, and I'm an IPA fan,
Yeah.
that's also on a diet. So that's wow. I just
Yeah.
can't. And it's
My
a
dad-
15-pack.
Yes. So there's a 15-pack
Yeah.
and a 12-pack.
What a nice consideration. What are
I
you going to say
know.
about your dad?
My dad
Yeah.
is an IPA fan. I mean, honestly, he'll drink pretty much any type of beer, but
Sure. Yeah.
he is like me and doesn't want to have 2 of them and
Right.
feel goofy. So he bought these but didn't even really realize that it was 3%.
Amazing.
And he had brought them to our family Christmas. I said, Dad, I was like, so how do you like it? Whatever. I said, you don't even realize it's 3%. He goes, wait, what?
He's like, I just had 7 of them, and I don't even feel anything yet.
And then my stepmom goes, huh, I like that.
That's super cool. And again, like what? I don't even know if 3 years ago this isn't even a consideration.
No,
right?
but definitely they're
Wow.
leading the charge in this. I know
Yeah.
there's more in the works.
I know that 3 times 7 is 21. Steve is correcting my math over here, so you would potentially drink responsibly, of course.
Yes, always drink responsibly.
Goose Island, a ton of great products. I mean, I think we still have we do have a little bit of the Goose Bourbon County brand
yeah.
stout, which is like the fact that we still have some of that on tap, and that's the only way you should have it. In my opinion, we do have some of it bottled still. The thing is, like, people are like, oh, if you buy it bottled, you're not supposed to open it for a year. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be the person that ever sits on you know what I mean? Like, am I going to sit on a beer for a year? I don't know if I'm that patient. Like, it'll be in my beer fridge in my garage where I have a lot of stuff in there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
I bought, so last year, well, not this past year, but 2018,
Sure.
I bought 2 bottles. And I split one with my dad because that is way too much for little old me.
yeah, it's potent.
It's
Yeah.
it'll burn your nose hairs when
Uh-huh.
you smell it. But it has an incredible flavor to it.
Yeah.
So I shared one bottle with my dad, and now I'm keeping the other one for a while. And then I won a bottle from work, a
Nice.
2018 variant,
Okay.
the orange
Yes.
something.
Nice.
So I shared that with my cousin.
That's cool.
And it was wonderful.
So again, all of this, it's a great time, regardless of where you find yourself, whether it's the Goose, Bourbon County, like the limited release stuff, or Bud Light Seltzer, or if you're just that Busch Light 30-pack. Like, that's the thing I always say to people is, I understand people shop, because I do it too sometimes. I try not to shop with like blinders up or tunnel vision. And you come in and you're like, I'm going to get that 24-pack of Bud Light and I'm going to go. I just hope that, and sometimes it just happens if you're waiting in line at Wine and Spirits and you can look at that, build your own 6-pack, mix and match. And that's where if you see, like, I'm hoping that there's some of the solo in the mix and match, so I can just buy one, try it. I know I like it, and then come back and get a 12 or 15-pack. And maybe that's the same thing with like a Bud Light Seltzer. Maybe you don't know if you want to commit to a 12-pack, but if you're on it, right, like, we should do it. What about anything else coming down the pike that you're aware of, or any events? 7G, I mean, you guys done things like from the giant, awesome Clydesdales in Davenport, and so I mean, you're always 7G is active everywhere you are.
Everywhere, yeah.
So there's constant samplings, and the website's right there on the screen. But any other new products coming to market that you're aware of, or anything you want to mention coming up event-wise? You certainly work with people that are, what I love is, again, the think local, drink local, and helping people that are making good beer bring it to places to sell, like Hy-Vee. Like, that's super cool. So what's coming up?
Well, right now is kind of the slow season for bars. However, it is beer fest season. So I know there's more kind of going on in like Dubuque, but we will be at the Martini Shake Off.
Awesome. Okay.
And then there's really just not a whole lot going on at the moment. And then coming down the pipeline, there's going to be a new flavor of the Natural Light Seltzers.
Okay. All right.
Which sounds delicious.
Excellent.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, so I'm not going to.
Well, they had super fun names. It was a Catalina Lime Mixer and Aloha
Beaches.
Beaches. Right. Which you have to be a little careful. But yeah, so there's another flavor joining that.
There's another flavor.
Okay. All right. Is it as clever? Don't say it. But
it's pretty clever.
Okay.
They announced it in our meeting, and I was just like, yeah.
I mean, the Catalina Lime Mixer, it's genius, though, right?
It is.
Like, everybody's seen the movie Step Brothers and Aloha Beaches, and and I've tried both of those, and it's nice to have. Yeah,
and they're doing really well. People love them.
Well, and the Natter Days is just crazy.
Oh my gosh!
Like, who would have thought that a natural light lemonade beer?
Yeah, and you know what's strange is it does better in the colder months of the year.
Right.
I don't understand how that makes sense.
I don't know what's going on.
But it did really, really well on golf courses in the summer. And, you know, people kind of going into the stores and bringing it on the boats and stuff. But it did super well at its launch in, February, March last year. Right. And it's picking back up again now that it's cold out. I'm like, how does this make any sense?
It doesn't make any. But you know what? People like what they like, and that's what's so great about our Wine and Spirits. I don't get into too many Hy-Vees. It's like a mall. It's so big. It's super nice. It's clean.
Pretty spacious.
And then there's, like I said, there's always sampling going on. So I hope that we're coming back with some seltzer samples.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
It would only make sense. And again, right near the health market is just genius.
That is pretty smart.
Right? So again, it's a variety pack if that's what you're after. If you're watching this and you're thinking, Bud Light Seltzer, that's a thing. Yes, it's a thing. It's really good. And then the Solo, that's a Goose Island IPA, 98 calories, 3%.
Yeah.
Like, it just, I can't even fathom how they put that together, but that's exciting to know that that's out there. Because I told Coral before we started, we have this Muscatine Hy-Vee Keto Facebook group that has over 1,000 members in less than like 2 weeks, and I posted the Bud Light Seltzer in there, and I will absolutely put the Solo in there.
Yeah, I don't know where it sits on carbs at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something a little bit lower in calories, lower in alcohol, there you go.
Well, I'm also here to say, like, listen, I get people that are like strict.
Yeah.
I was at Contrary Brewing yesterday.
Yeah.
And I had a full-blown
they have good beer.
Cure for Pessimism. And that thing is about 7%. And I have no guilt saying that.
Yeah.
So everything in moderation, and also, like, allow yourself to indulge. And you can't even feel bad about, I can't imagine there's that many carbs in a 3% 98 calorie beer.
I know there's not. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Super exciting, though.
Have you had the Goose Island 312 Urban Wheat?
No, I didn't even. So Goose Island 312 Urban Wheat. Okay.
Yes, it is.
I'm certainly familiar with 312 as a Chicago suburban native.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
They're like most popular beer aside from, like Green Line. There's a new flavor coming out.
Okay.
This
of
year.
the Urban Wheat?
Yes.
Okay.
Of the 312.
Of the there's another 312 coming out.
There's a new
312. So
312.
there's 312 Urban Wheat, and now.
No, it's just 312 Urban Wheat.
Gotcha.
And then there was
off of that.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
there was a 312 that came out
There's the
last
Urban
year
Wheat
that
right
didn't
there.
stick around for very long.
Perfect. So the Goose IPA, by the way, the Goose IPA, very good.
Yes, I
very
love the
good.
Goose
Underrated.
IPA. Oh,
and Green
dry
Line,
hop. That's what it
dry
was
hop.
last
SPF,
year.
I'm here to tell you, SPF.
It's good.
Also very good. Like, I'm not a super fruity beer guy, but that, I remember when that came out. And again, you know what it was? It was the packaging.
Yes.
That got me.
It's super catchy. They completely rebranded.
Right.
And I think it's so much more eye-catching.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so cohesive. Like, I'm sure as a marketing person, you love it.
It's clean. It's just, I'm all for, like, some of our local places have, like, super ornate packaging, and I like that. I think everything has its place. But there was something about that sleek, clean.
Yeah, it's very modern looking.
Yeah, and that's what hooked me. I mean, as I said, I was waiting to check out at Wine and Spirits, and I saw this SPF, and I was like, that's kind of silly.
Yeah.
And it was a bottle, and I took it home. And so
Yeah.
that's what's so fun. Like, yes, if you're staying in your lane and it's Busch Light, Bud Light, that's fine. But get out of your comfort zone, because they're.
Yeah.
I mean,
those 6-packs are such a good idea. The mix and match.
yeah, and I don't think
Seriously.
we're ever like. I don't feel like we're coming to a point where this, like, the craft boom is going to stop.
No.
Nor this seltzer boom. Like, if
Yep.
anything, it's kind of like all these streaming services. It's the same thing with beer.
Oh my
and
gosh,
it's
so
like,
many.
What a time to enjoy responsibly. Because the
Seriously.
options are like down. You could narrow it down to your flavor profile. That's what's so
Yeah.
crazy to me.
100%.
Like, maybe you were looking for that 98 calorie, 3% IPA. Here it is, right?
There's
like,
100% a
who would've
market
thought?
for it.
Ugh.
Like, I mean, people have liked it so far if they know it's there.
Yeah,
So
and look at how great it looks. All right, so this is exciting. I'm glad you're here. 7G. I mean, if you see anybody sampling, and there's too many products to list that you guys rep, but it's a lot of
there's so many.
there's a lot of great brands under that
Yeah.
umbrella, including, like I said, a lot of the stuff that's made locally, which is exciting. I probably, because you guys have Bent River, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I have a lot of Jingle Java in my fridge
They're
just to
pretty
kind of hang
good.
on to. So
Yeah.
to your point about hanging on to the Bourbon County, my hope is to, like, hide a couple Jingle Javas so that it's like July, and I'm like, oh, because what I used to do, this is like a chubby guy hack.
Yeah.
I used to hide, like, Thin Mints in the back of the freezer, and then summer rolls around, and you're like, who put Thin Mints
I've
in here?
100% done that too.
Who? Yeah, sneaky devil. Thank you for being here. 7G Distributing on Facebook. We showed you the website. I think there's like a job opening I saw on the Facebook page. So if you're totally passionate,
Yes.
they fill that.
Well, if you're looking at like a job for 7G Distributing, there's probably something.
Gotcha.
But if you follow Bud Davenport,
Okay.
that's where you see all of our events
Okay.
in, kind of like Clinton through Muscatine.
So Bud Davenport on Facebook.
Bud Davenport
I
on
didn't know
Facebook.
that. I apologize.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
Bud Davenport on Facebook. Check that
Yeah,
out.
if you follow them, that's where
Okay.
you see where we're going to be sampling, like in bars and whatnot.
Perfect, okay.
So that's where you'll see the Bud Girls, and then we usually post on there if we're looking for brand ambassadors.
Awesome.
So if you like beer and part time
I do.
on bars,
Is that it? Is that
Sometimes.
Bud Davenport?
No.
Is that a guy?
who in the
Is
world?
that a band? Is that a guy with a guitar? Hey, I'm Bud Davenport. Oh, Bud Davenport's going to be so mad. He's gonna
That's
be so
hilarious.
mad at us. Do not send Bud Davenport a friend request. How many times does that guy get messages? Where are you going to be sampling,
I wonder.
Bud? It's not me. One
Or
of us.
hey, can I get a donation?
You want our band to show up and play your event? Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Bud Davenport should totally be a brand ambassador, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Holy smokes.
Who knows where they live?
All right. Thank you for being here. It's great
Thank
to see
you.
you. I can't wait to. There we go. Bud Davenport.
There we go. That's us.
That's much
Bud
better.
Deport.
Bud Deport in the house. All right.
And look at
there's
that. We
there's
shared
the
our
show.
stream.
I love it. So check out Bud Davenport, the real Bud Davenport, and see where you can find some of our friends from 7G. That Bud Light Seltzer is really. Can you just turn the box around? Like, I just want here. Actually, I'll hold it. Let me see this. I just want
the back of it is
it's
incredible.
Super cool. Yeah,
if you haven't read that yet,
I kept glancing over and I'm like, this is awesome, Chad. If you can zoom in on this, I just want the people at home to understand, like. This is a good offering, and there's a paragraph on there. So there's kind of your nutrition content. It's pretty hilarious
if you take the time to read it.
So what does it taste like? Seltzer. Does it taste like seltzer or beer? Seltzer. Is there any Bud Light in it? No. And that was kind of a thing. Like people thought, it's Bud Light Seltzer? That's weird. It's not, though.
It does not have beer in it. It does not have Bud Light in it. And then I said that during a sampling, and then someone goes, well, is there alcohol in it? I said, yes. It's just not a beer. It's a malt beverage.
Is it gluten-free? Yes.
Yes.
Also, what's a gluten? Good question. Is it for non-beer people? So again, there's a lot of thought that goes into this before it hits your neighborhood Hy-Vee, and it's a great new product, and I'm super happy to have it here. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. Does Steve have the cart cam? Aisle cam, perfect. All right, we'll go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam set up near Cheese Island. Look at that. It's National Cheese Lovers Day. So if you're going to go any place to get some cheese, stop by Cheese Island. Over 150 different varieties of cheese. If you're thinking, that's too much cheese, stop yourself. You're wrong. You can never have enough cheese, right? And the best part is, most of the time, I'm going to say anytime you go to Cheese Island, if you want to sample something, you can just ask them, and they'll take care of it. Like, they'll literally cut you a sample. Like, oh, you want to try this, I don't know, Gruyere, whatever. Some of the words are hard to pronounce. I think the cheese of the month is Jarlsberg Swiss. Like, do that. They'll give you a sample right there. So check that out. All right, so I think Steve is also going in the same spot with the cart cam, so this is perfect. You can go if you need to, ma'am. You're clear. I might have to just... I'll put this back because I want to talk more about this. I want to hang on to this. It'll be sealed, and I'll put that back too. Just an IPA with 98 calories. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so Steve, there we go. Cheese Island, from all those different types of cheese to charcuterie. I told you what I did on Christmas Eve, right? I worked, and I had Delmer put together a cheese charcuterie board for my wife and I. It was fantastic. It was a bunch of different cheeses that I wouldn't have ever bought by my lonesome, because, again, I can't assume to know everything. And let the record state, if you are on like a keto diet, and I know that they say to take, dairy in moderation, so to speak, but cheese is pretty much free and clear of ultra high carbs or calories. Most of them don't have a lot of sugars in them. And then there's you know what, Steve, is so funny. That's something that I probably have walked by every day, that cheese and deli meat guide. I couldn't even have told you that was there. So I have tunnel vision at work. I admit it. I'm not perfect. Steve pointing out my flaws. There's that Jarlsberg cheese of the month. You can see that. And, yeah, I mean, just check it out. Look at that. All of that cheese. Wow. It's Gouda. See the Gouda in there? We've lost Steve. Oh, no. Steve has unplugged the cart can. Oh, he's back. Okay. Steve just going to be gnawing on a wheel of cheese. I quit. You guys come and get the cart. Taking this wheel of cheese, and I'm running, man. So there's stuff that's cubed up. There's the discount cheese basket right there. There's the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. Again, we have a live look with both the Toyota of Muscatine cart cam. TJ Deere watching live on Facebook this morning. General Manager, Toyota of Muscatine. TJ Deere, who offered to give me one of those 2021 Toyota Siennas. How about that? I'm going to trade them. We're just going to swap keys on the vans, and that's it. Steve, also, good point, buddy. So that's where the cheese is, of course, Cheese Island. But then all the good butter, Irish butter, right? I've told you how much I love this stuff. It's great. So please, more cheese on National Cheese Lovers Day, and check it out. There you go. Switching back and forth. CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, Toyota Muscatine car cam. Camera 1, camera 2. It's like Wayne's World. Schwing. So, yeah, I'm telling you, this is a good time to drink responsibly because there's so many cool products out there. I just can't get over a 3% IPA. That is wild to me. All right, so we're sitting here. It's Monday, January 20th. Again, I apologize for being sick on Friday. A little these bugs that are going around. They just get you, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa. And I think for me, my immune system is funny. Like I told you, everybody in my house has been sick. Everybody's doing fine. But it's like whenever we get to the point where everybody's kind of like good, then my immune system's like, all right, you're going to get it now. I'm like, come on. I don't have time for that. But what I was going to say is we were supposed to talk to my friend Jim Hayes, who is the boss of Crossroads here in Muscatine. And I had to cancel on Jim this last Friday. And I will get Jim rescheduled on the show. And during the month of January here at the store, when you purchase one of these fundraiser reusable grocery bags, so this is $2.50, and $1 from every sale gets donated to Crossroads. So this is an awesome opportunity. You're not going to find any other place in town supporting Crossroads in this way, right? Like Fairway doesn't have this. Walmart doesn't have this. Aldi doesn't have this. Aldi doesn't really do anything for the community. So this is awesome. Crossroads website on the screen right there. And I want to have Jim on the show for sure, because I feel like there's a lot of misinformation about what's happening at Crossroads, and I don't think it's fair. One of the things that, I definitely I'm pro social media, obviously, not to get on a soapbox. This show is on social media right now. But I feel like you got to get the information straight from the source, right? And sometimes people say, well, you can't trust the source. Well, I feel like with the Crossroads, like I'm going to talk to Jim Hayes. He's the boss. He's the boss of the hospital. He's an honest, good guy. And I just want him to be able to answer questions, because people thought Crossroads is closing, and there's just a lot of misinformation out there. So that's why I was going to have Jim on, because I am a supporter of Crossroads, and I have great friends that have been with Crossroads for years. So we'll get Jim back on the show. In the meanwhile, come and pick up one of these bags, $1 from each sale. So again, I don't even think we're making any money on this, because I think our cost is almost $1.50. So, but $2.50 and then $1 from every single bag during the month of January goes to Crossroads. Why is it snowing more outside right now? I can't handle this. I don't know if we're going to be able to see the snow. It's kind of a weird thing to try and capture on video. But these flakes, I feel like these flakes have gotten bigger, and I'm not okay with it. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to fall in my driveway again, Steve. I'm going to fall in my driveway. What are you handing me carbs right now? Is this what you're doing to me? Steve is handing me Cheez-Its. Well, you're not wrong. It is National Cheese Lover Day. Look at that, Chad. Look at that shot. Who ordered the snow? I'm blaming Steve. Steve Bozen. It's all Steve's fault. Remember Steve's son, Brian Bozen, was on Channel 8 for a while? Good guy. And Channel 6. I forgot about that. Did he go to 6 then 8 or 8 then 6? 8 then 6. That's right. So there's more snow, and it's Iowa. I get it. Can we get a shot of some of those snow mountains out in the back of the parking lot? Because, I think it was Thursday when I was sitting in here saying, like, we don't even have any snow in the parking lot. Because I kind of thought we were going to miss, I thought the snow wasn't going to hit us on Friday, and then boy, oh boy, they were like spot on, these meteorologists. They said right around 12 or 12:30, I was at my kid's school, even if I was, even though I was under the weather, still had to pick up a kid from school. And right at like 12:30, boom, it started coming down. And it seemed like Muscatine got about, about 4 inches of snow and then a little bit of sleet and ice. But there's some of those snow mountains out there that we'll have until July. So... right? Like it's inevitable, because we're probably going to get more snow. The lot's going to get plowed again. The mounds will get larger, and then it takes a while to melt. I just think it's fascinating, like how downtown Muscatine has to call in. I think it's Bronze Excavating. Shout out to John Bronze. Like I think they have to come in and they scoop the snow and they dump it into trucks, and then they haul the snow out of downtown. How'd you like to have that job? That's a tough gig. Hey, shout out to Rosie Eichelberger, who's watching. Eichelberger Law, everybody. They handled, they were my lawyers when I closed my house. Good people over there. All right, so Steve brought me Cheez-Its, which I will not enjoy because they got carbs in them, but that's all right. It is National Cheese Lover Day, January 20th. So whether it's hot and spicy, Steve, you kind of seem a little hot and spicy, or... white cheddar also could be an accurate description for Steve. White cheddar would not be wrong. or just, Cheddar Jack. Remember when there was just regular Cheez-Its? Back in my day, we just had Cheez-Its. And here is Steve's National Cheese Day. We would like, for your consideration, you could purchase Steve Bozen original Hy-Vee Today artwork, and we'll donate the proceeds to your favorite local charitable organization. I told Steve we should start to keep these, and then we could have a book, and we could sell the book of Hy-Vee Today art and donate. I hope that's coming this way. Why? That's a good one. Is it not ready? I say it all the time. It's not offensive. Don't curb my enthusiasm. Steve just drew a sword and he wrote "cut the cheese" on it. I'm not gonna not tell the people what we're talking about. So perhaps coming soon, and can you just bring it over here? I'll have him put the camera on him, Chad. Hold it up, Steve. This is Steve's debut. Unless you want to hand it to me, otherwise you're gonna be on. You pick. It's almost better, this illusion that Steve doesn't exist. We almost caught him. Look at that. He's like, Steve doesn't exist. People think I'm talking to myself. Look at that. I am not an artiste. So perhaps, and just in case anybody in Des Moines watching, listen, it's National Cheese Day, right? People in Des Moines are like, what are they doing at that store? And you have to cut the cheese on National Cheese Day. You're not going to bite into a hunk of cheese. You got to cut it. And then this is because I fell in my driveway. Steve's suggesting put the MyPillow on, Tony. Put the MyPillow on yourself. So another sponsor opportunity for MyPillow because they need it. Hello to Olivia is watching on Facebook, one of our CBI Bank and Trust friends. All right, so it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I should have mentioned that at the start. So January 20th, no school in Muscatine. It seems like L&M, they went to school today because they canceled the other day with the snow, so they're making that up today. But today's certainly Martin Luther King Jr. Day. What an incredible figure, historical figure Martin Luther King Jr. was, and his legacy continues to live on. And man, I mean, you think about all the different events and the marches, and the way that Martin Luther King was able to advocate for people, and wow. And then I feel like, am I doing enough? You know what I mean? You think about some of these folks and all the things they went through, and it makes you not complain about falling in your driveway, right? I can't really complain about falling in my driveway. I will complain about my kids in a second because there's a funny story I want to mention. So January 20th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Cheese Lovers Day, Disc Jockey Day. So I was a former disc jockey, radio personality for 11 years, I think. 11 and a half years. And they were all good years, great experiences, fun stories to tell. I could write a book. But it's national. Now, there's not really a lot of DJs left. One of the companies laid off a whole bunch, and it's kind of like, it's a struggle, right? You hope to have live people on the radio, or at least people that are in your town, but even if it's recorded, they have to be tangible, right? I was tangible. I'm here. You could watch this show and then come into Hy-Vee and see me, right? Don't touch my face, but I'm here. This isn't being piped in from a different place, and that's what I was always so proud about during my time on radio, is that if anything, I was probably out there too much, right? So the same thing with this show. I hope that if you watch it and you ever want to say hi, that you don't feel weird about doing that. I try to be, welcoming. Chad, I'm going to send you, Facebook Memories had shown me something I posted several years ago. I'll send this to you really quick, because I had posted this a couple years ago on National Disc Jockey Day. I don't like the word disc jockey. I like radio personality better, but that's just me. Let me send this to you really quick. So I'll send that over. It's also National Butter Crunch Day. I don't really know what that means, but that's a lot going on one day for January 20th. So we'll show you this picture really quick. This is from summer of 2005 or 4? Summer of 2005, I believe. And that is Chicago radio personality Pete McMurray. And I had a great internship at a radio station in Chicago, 105.9 WCKG. That was at a live broadcast with Pete's show It was an event with a beer company. And my thing was, like, I had this internship. You know, I took the train. I didn't make any money during that internship. I spent about $25 a week to ride the train. I was downtown about 4 days a week. And then I went to as many events that Pete did as I could. And him and I became friends. And Pete's on WGN radio in Chicago. And we've been friends for a while. And good guy, Pete McMurray. So I think I was on the radio in Chicago that summer about 10 times. And that helped me immensely. As a matter of fact, without Pete McMurray and that internship, I would not have had the opportunity to audition for the job at B100, which then, of course, got me my job at Hahn. And then Hahn and being down here got me on the radio in Muscatine, and then that led me to here, right? So it's all connected. There's my spider web. It's all connected. Right place, right time, experience, and not being afraid to take a leap of faith. That's my life. And that's where it starts, with an unpaid internship with Pete McMurray. Very nice guy. Great interviewer, Pete McMurray. Learned a lot from him. All right, mention a couple things and we'll get out of here. Full show this week. A lot of great guests to come, so please stay tuned. We're live at 8:30 in the morning. You can catch us on cable, Channel 5 MPW, and then 7:30 and 10:30 on the replays. So I want to mention we've got the Make My Monday going on here in the store. It's right there on the screen today, 15 cents off per gallon. What do you need me to talk? It's right there. Spend $25, meat, seafood, deli. The more you spend, the more you save. Steak, shrimp, lobster, whatever. I mean, it's all, you don't want to pay full price on gas. Your steak, your car's running on steak, or your car's running on cheese, or your car's running on, I mean, think about it, right? Unless you got a Tesla, you're putting gas in your car, don't pay full price. Come into Hy-Vee, use that fuel saver. We got bingo tonight at 7 o'clock here in the Market Grill Express. Free to play, you know, the drill. You know the drill. It's bingo. I'm not trying to downplay it. It's bingo. It'll be fun. And I hope to see you. Chad, I wonder towards the end of this if you could go to the store page and maybe pull up the video from Rock and Roll Bingo on Saturday, because that was wild. We also have Build Your Own Pasta Night going on tonight here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. So if you don't want to cook, and I mean it's snowing and cold, you probably don't want to cook. So come into the store and BYOP. BYOP. Build your own pasta. Pick your pasta. Pick your toppings. Bada bing, bada boom. It's Italian. Bippity boppity boo. 4 till 7. So maybe you're coming in for bingo. Come in at 6. Grab some pasta. My intent was to try and have some of those like zucchini noodles, a zoodle, which is like a zucchini. You just spiral it. Like, isn't that a good idea? Low carb option. BYOP. So that's tonight. Build your own pasta here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. What else do we have? 2 more days for hot deals today and tomorrow. Front page of the ad. I have it right here, actually. This is my Cheez-Its just fell. Did you see that? Right here. Front page of the Hy-Vee ad. Excuse me. We've got blueberries. It's right there on the screen. Hy-Vee. Choice Reserve Boneless Beef Chuck Roast, Just Bare Fresh Boneless Skinless Chicken Breast Fillets. That's Smart Bananas, Yoplait Yogurt, Lean Cuisine. And how about some TP? Save $1 when you scan your Fuel Saver. So look at that, $4.99. And then if you scroll down a hair, Chad, if you don't have the Fuel Saver, it's $5.99. Nobody's ever excited about buying toilet paper. I have never in my life been like, I got to go buy toilet paper. But if you can save money on it, you're literally flushing money down the drain with toilet paper. Why not save on it? That's my thing. Why not save? You should. I don't have the graphic for this, but I'm going to promote it, and I can get the graphic for tomorrow. This Friday is the Muscatine High School cake auction. Holy macaroni. Can you believe it? Megan Kaufman-Randall on the show later this week. This Friday, Muscatine High School cake auction. Awesome night. Oh, you have it. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Chad is on it. MHS Booster Club presents 2020 Cake Auction. The theme is board games. The rumor is that Hy-Vee cake decorator Lainey Truitt is building Hy-Vee Land, a giant cake. This is a great event. 6 o'clock, girls and boys basketball doubleheader versus Clinton. Live silent auction, 50-50 raffle, food, cake, ice cream starting at 5. Hy-Vee will be there serving ice cream and cake. I'm telling you, it's going to be a busy weekend. I'm not ready. But this is a great event. It'll raise, $25,000 to $60,000 in a night? I mean, I think that's a fair range, 25 to 60. Really exciting. Can't wait to talk to Megan Kaufman-Randall. Megan Kaufman-Randall, Steve, and her husband, Dean, I think they're going to the Super Bowl. Very excited. They're Chiefs fans. Hy-Vee, big sponsor of the Kansas City Chiefs. Not sure if you knew that. Chiefs are running out of onto the field yesterday, and there's Hy-Vee logos everywhere. I'm excited for Hy-Vee. I think that's marvelous. They got that Patrick Mahomes Crunch cereal at the stores in Kansas City. They can't even keep it on the shelves. Somebody asked me, you got Mahomes Crunch? And I'm like, I don't. But my friend Carly was in the one Hy-Vee Isles Online commercial starring Patrick Mahomes. It's a small world after all. And I am Patrick Mahomes. Facebook friend. Not really. Food court deals, if you don't want to cook again, whether it's not the pasta or the other deals that are going on all throughout the course of the month, come into the store. A lot of opportunities. So in addition to the pasta thing today, so Monday we've got what, $3.99 one trip for the soup and salad bar. It's the same thing. $3.99 is awesome. Buy one get one free lunch from the Market Grill Express is a phenomenal deal. How about a $4 9-inch sub sandwich made to order? And I'll say, even if you are doing like a low carb diet, why not just have the sandwich turned into a salad? I did that last week. I had Rose in our sandwich shop make me a sandwich, but I said no bread, and put it on a bed of shredded lettuce. And guess what? It was tremendous. And from henceforth, that shall be known as the Tone Lid. The Tone Lid. The Tone Lid. Tony Tone Salad? Tone Lid? You come up with a better name. You let me know. I'll give you a gift card. In the meanwhile, I'll try to come up with names of stuff. You try and do it. It's not easy. Shameless plug for the Muscatine Hy-Vee Keto Facebook group. Over 1,000 members. A lot of folks sharing their story, sharing recipes, ideas, encouragement. So if you're on a New Year's resolution, you don't have to be on keto only, right? You could just be working out. You want to learn about what people are trying, different recipes we made. How about that? 1,029 members. Stop yourself. It's marvelous. We made those cookie dough fat bombs on Thursday. Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Zigerman made them. I filmed and sampled, and they were fantastic. So please check that out if you're interested. And the last thing that I'll plug is the Hy-Vee Isles Online smartphone app. They were busy yesterday, kind of like a trend. Hy-Vee Isles Online, busy on Sunday, makes sense. So if you don't want to have to brave the elements, feel free to shop in your socks, is what I like to say, with the Hy-Vee Isles Online app. You can also use it. You know, you can go on your computer, your tablet, or if you have the smartphone, the app is free. Download it, and you're good to go. Chad, I just forwarded you a job. Oh, my gosh, I'm not showing that one. Gotcha. So that's an idea because it's Mega Meat Monday. Steve saying, I thought you were dry. I'll tell you what I thought this was off the air. So instead of pulled pork, you can just push. It's pushed pork. Yeah, it's a pushed pork. That could be a barbecue revolution. Tony Tone's pushed pork sandwich. What is it? Well, it's just pulled pork. We just renamed it. Maybe somebody has a trademark on pulled pork. You could be saving us a lawsuit, saving us from litigation. That's like people that don't know that Taco Tuesday is trademarked by Taco John's, and then they advertise it, and then they get a cease and desist. Don't do that. They have that trademark. All right. I don't know if you knew that, but now you know. The loudest heating system just turned on. Hopefully you can hear that as well. So we'll do a job board real quick, and then we'll get out of here. I want to thank again Coral Dinette with 7G for being here, talking about, well, we talked about a lot of things, but the brand new Bud Light Seltzer has arrived here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. It's 100 calories, 5% alcohol, very low carb, talking about 2 grams of carbs and less than a gram. I mean, it's not even, doesn't even really have sugar in it. So this is totally good to go if you're on a diet. So how loud is that, by the way? I mean, I feel like we're heating the Titanic in here. My goodness, it's like filling a hot air balloon or something. Maybe you can't hear it at all, and I just sound like I'm talking to myself. Let's do this job board, and then we'll get out of here. Team staffing, 109 Lake Park Boulevard across from Happy Joe's. Opportunities abound, including janitor. It's a temporary gig for janitor, $12 an hour, 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Get a hold of, well, just call the crew. It doesn't have anybody specifically on there. That's okay. 563-316-7642 or careers@teamssi.com. Feel free to reach out and talk to those folks. Here is another opportunity It's AutoCAD Designer, first shift. Want you to call team, $20 an hour or more potentially, 563-316-7635. Probably based on experience, but an opportunity nonetheless that you should look into if you'll have it. And last but not least, we've got forklift and picker. First shift, $12.25 an hour. Call the crew at team, 563-316-7634 or careers@teamssi.com. All right, we're just going to get out of here. I feel like we've done a good show. I apologize for being under the weather on Friday. It's definitely not something that I enjoy. I even sent Steve. Did you get my text that morning? I sent Steve a text. Did you get the text? I feel like you're a decent texter. Sometimes I don't know. You're not like me where I see every text and I feel like I have to respond right away. But I'm always like, I'm going to send Steve a text. And then Steve will surprise me sometimes. He sends me texts and I'm like, hey, Steve is a real person. People think Steve's like a puppet or something. Like I just have a sock puppet. Like, hey, it's me, Steve, over here. So anyways, thanks to Coral Danette for being here. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and Team Staffing. Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening. Certainly cold temps, right? I don't know what the weather looks like this week. It's snowing at the moment. We're doing this show. It's live right now. It's 9:26. Still a little snow, light snow falling here in Muscatine. Seems like maybe another weather event later this week. Listen, it's January in Iowa, so none of this should come as a surprise. Forecast on the screen for you, calling for maybe some snow showers. What is it, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Well, hey, whatever. All right, what do I know? Listen, I mean, we're still probably, 10 to 12, 13 inches behind where we normally are this time of year. I broke my shovel yesterday. I don't know if I said that. I broke my shovel, so I got to buy a new shovel. I've got the really good ice melt. And then the thing I was going to tell you about my kids, my 5-year-old woke up early this morning. I'm trying to get ready in the shower. My wife got off work at 7 a.m., and I see this, my wallet, on the couch, and I'm like, Ted, where? And it was like, here, I'll just do it because I'm a fan of props. So here's what I saw. My wallet, and he took, this is true, he took the contents out of my wallet, everything, driver's license, everything, and stuck it into the back of the couch. Now, I don't know if you know how couches are built, but some of them have openings. So anyways, long story short, I have a 5-year-old that's looking for a new home. He's pretty good. There's Ted right there. So I had to take the cushions off the couch. This is at 6:30 in the morning. Take the cushions off the couch, and then I'm flipping the couch over to then, peel. And thank God we don't have fancy couches because we have all these kids. They're not fancy couches. So I'm peeling, the cloth, and then there's all my stuff, but not my license. And I'm like, Ted, where's my license? And he doesn't know what that means. And I said, where's the card with my face on it? And that was in a different spot. And I said, why did you do that? And do you know why he did it? I was looking for $1. I'm like, ain't no money on that wallet, bro. I was looking for $1 at 6 a.m. So the moral of the story, folks, is don't trust a 5-year-old. I don't know if when he turns 6, this will stop. But, I mean, there was also a thing of glue out. I'm like, what are you gluing? Nothing. Toothpaste the other day everywhere in my bathroom. Now, I'm not exaggerating. The whole toilet was covered in toothpaste. So there is I don't know. It's the middle kid that didn't want to be the middle kid syndrome. That's all I can think of with Ted. But God bless him. And I'm so glad that my wife has to be home with him all day. All right. On that note, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks to Coral Danette with 7G. Have a great rest of your day or a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. And, if anybody wants to babysit, we don't pay enough. So just know that. Bye.
Watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton.
Yeah,
This
man.
Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.